Hey, welcome to Waking Up to Win.
I'm Annie.
And I'm Chad.
And this is your space for real estate motivation, mindset, and the kind of coaching that pushes you from stuck to a top producer.
We are all about helping agents work on their business, not just run ragged in it.
And we believe there is more than enough room at the top for everyone to win.
Let's dive in.
Hi, Chad.
Hi, Annie. Welcome to another fabulous week of Waking Up to Win, the podcast. Woohoo! You know what I'm excited about this week?
What are you excited about?
We mic'd Erin. She's on microphone. Say hi, Erin.
Hey.
Hey. Now I can look at somebody besides just looking at Chad.
Erin is, she said maybe in her head. Erin's our producer for this, and we love her. So she's going to surprise us with some things because we thought that would be better if she read like some of the segments and stuff like that. So how you doing this week?
Great.
Yeah. Why are you lying?
Because I'm not going to talk about my aches and pains. Is that what you're trying to get me to say? I'm like, I fell. Last week I fell. Did we talk about that?
No.
Oh, I thought we did. We didn't? Okay, cut that, Mandy.
No. We're not cutting that now. Tell us, Annie, how did you fall?
I don't know. I was just walking and I fell.
In the parking lot.
In the parking lot. And Erin and Chad heard it.
We were going to lunch.
Yeah, it was bad. I didn't get hurt, but I was just so happened to be scheduled to get
cortisone shots
in my thumbs. And so when I put my hands out, my doctor was like, "Oh, what's going on?"
I'm glad you're all right.
I'm all right.
I have to tell you, when I lost my shit. So we're going to lunch, and I was clearing the dog hair out of the back seat because Erin had black pants on, and I didn't want her to sit in the dog hair and then be covered in dog hair. And then all of a sudden we hear this like smack on the ground, and then Annie's going, and laughing. And I'm like, what the hell? So I go, and she's laying on her back, face straight up to the sky. Just like my friend Amy calls it tea kettling, where you laugh, but there's no noise coming out. Like that like silent laugh, you know?
Well, when it happened, I knew I was going down, but it took like 10 minutes, and my brain was like, you can still stop it. Just run it out. And the next thing I know, I'm on the ground. And so I thought, oh no. So I rolled over just to like make sure like everything felt good. And it was just my hands were damaged.
They broke your fall. I will say I was impressed with the fact that, sorry, this cord is bothering me, that you felt great. Like you were not skinned up or hurt or anything like, and that was...
It felt pretty hard too.
I know, I heard it. I mean, you were a good 20 feet away, and I still heard the ground smack.
That I can think of 3 times in my adult life where there was no alcohol or illegal substances involved. Once on a showing, I actually fell on a showing.
I was there for that one too.
No, I don't think you were. I was with Mike Earhart. And I was in we were in the basement.
Okay, then you've fallen twice on a showing.
You're right. I've fallen 4 times in my adult life.
Maybe you've fallen more than you think you have.
Okay, the one in the basement, I just wasn't watching, and it was like a little dip. And I didn't even know it happened. 1 minute I was walking, and 1 minute I was laying, and I like that whole like catching myself didn't even enter my mind because I was like, wham, I was on the ground.
Yeah.
The time that you were there, it was icy. And that was legit. That was not old lady shit.
No, it was not old lady shit.
I was showing a house, and it was icy on that
gravel driveway, and there was a thick patch of ice, and I was inside with the clients, and you were doing something. I don't know what you were doing, but you were walking back down the driveway, and I was watching you out the window.
I hurried and got up so fast.
You just was like a cartoon.
But then the problem was I was wet.
I know.
I couldn't even lie.
I didn't scream
Plus-
or anything because I knew you wouldn't want the clients to know. So I just came out the front door and went, "Are you
I
all
told
right?"
myself I'm an oversharer. I share everything.
I'm aware.
I even say I'm not going to tell anybody I fell. And here we are on the podcast.
Oh, well, now that
But I'm
we-
alive and well and
There you go.
can still move.
Hit us with our what's our inspiration
Yeah.
for the week? I had an itch
This
in the middle
week
of my
is
head.
don't limit your challenges, challenge your limits.
Mhm. I like it.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
I think it's pretty good for the real estate world.
I think it's pretty good for any world.
It is. It is. But yeah. You're scared to do something, go do it. Nike said it best.
Just do it.
True.
It's true.
So I thought that was a good one today. Don't limit your challenges, challenge your limits. And now you know. What happened this week? Besides Annie, I didn't fall this week.
I think what happened specifically in real estate is the goal.
It was in real estate.
No.
I think that what I would talk about that happened this week is we had our one license, one future seminar. We've renamed it, we've rebranded it a little bit, but it is for anybody who's ever thought about getting a real estate license or just curious what you could do with it. And so we had a seminar, had dinner, invited some guests, and we did a little presentation, and I thought it went quite well. Just really introducing to people that are looking for something else to do in their life, ways to make more money, ways to get out of corporate America, whether it's a side hustle or a full-time gig. And we kind of talked them through what that process would look like and how much it would cost and how they could come work with us and have so much fun.
No, for sure. It was a success. I was excited about that. And also we discovered that great room that the Winsville Rec Center has, which I did not know existed.
I did. Shame.
Oh, I didn't know it existed. It's a massive, I mean, you split it. It's got 3 partitions, but they got, the whole 9 yards. AV.
Great. It's a great location.
It's
right there.
modern.
Mhm.
It is convenient.
And we have this amazing PA system
We do.
we can take to do these seminars anywhere.
That's right. We do a lot of different things with the PA system. We learned that this week too. So salty.
I am. So for those who are curious to what we're talking about, I made the comment, gosh, I wonder if we need a speaker because we were going to show some video clips. Wondered if the house sound they had was going to be loud enough for everybody to hear. And so Chad said, hey, I got some time. I'll just go run and get us one. So I was picturing a little Bluetooth, I don't know, what are they called? Speaker?
Yeah, I think that's what they called.
And Chad comes back with a $10,000 sound
Oh my God, it was
system.
not $10,000. You are ridiculous.
But now we can host events. If anybody needs a DJ or a event host, Chad and Annie are available for hire
Okay, listen.
with our own PA
Here's
system.
the deal. I cannot stand it when the sound quality of something is awful.
I agree with you.
So I bought
Which
a
is
nice
why I was worried about it.
sound system. So I don't know why you're not excited.
I am excited.
Oh, well, why you keep bashing me for it?
I don't.
then?
Was I bashing? I don't think I was bashing. I was just telling. It was funny though. It was like somebody saying, "Hey, can you pick me up and run me to the store?" And
Well,
they show up with a car for you. Well, here's your own car.
You've known me for 15
I wanted like a
years.
$30 speaker.
There's one of those in the closet. That's not going to do the trick.
Oh, we're nothing if not bougie.
I like nice things. I don't know what to tell you.
I know. So
You know what else happened this week that I don't think a lot of people know? Maybe sometimes, like I was thinking about our clients are that we have a listing and we're not closing this week, but we're closing next week, and they don't want to sign together because, they just don't.
DIVORCE.
And I don't know, people.
I don't think that's actually why, but it just they're no longer
I think they would have
interested
gone
in accommodating
yeah,
each other,
they're not
so it's not
accommodating each
convenient.
other,
Yeah.
so it's not convenient for one to be there when the other one's available, and it was
Right.
like a thing. And then they started. I'm like, listen, people, you can sign at separate times. It's perfectly acceptable for
Right.
that to happen. So I didn't know. I just thought to myself, like, that seemed common sense to me, but it did not seem common
No.
sense to the client. So I
Right.
thought that's a fun
No.
little tidbit to share.
True.
FYI, if you don't like the other person that owns your house, you don't have to go to closing with them. You can sign your stuff
true.
independently.
True story.
In case you didn't know that.
Now you know.
Now you know.
Hey,
I
that
also
could be
had what?
that could be its own little episode.
It really
Now
could.
you know.
Now you know. I also had some people questioning me about lien waivers, which is funny because this particular client has sold, well, I mean, hell, we've sold them 3 houses.
Okay, I know who we're talking about.
They had no idea what a lien waiver was, what it was for.
Yeah, but you got to remember when they were selling their other houses before, it was in that crazy hot market and everything was special sales contract as is. And
Right. Right. That's what
they
I
weren't
mean.
fixing anything.
Oh,
So
for
because you
sure.
weren't fixing anything, you didn't need a lien waiver.
Right.
That's probably why they didn't know.
Yeah. So they didn't know what it was. And I was like, well, so then I explained it to them. But that was interesting too. Just so you know, if you do work
Just so you know.
to your house, PSA, I'm going to call this a PSA. If you
Public service
do
announcement.
work to your house in connection with selling your house, the title company is most likely going to require you to have a mechanic's lien waiver from the contractor that you paid to do the work. So,
And why is that?
because mechanics lien, so and if you pay somebody to do your work and they don't, or if you hire somebody or contract somebody to do work to your house or your car or any sort of valuable asset, there's laws in our state and most states that allow them to file a lien against that asset, this case being the house or the car, for the work that they did if you didn't pay them.
Right?
Or even if you did pay them, they can still file the lien either way to make sure that they get paid. So what that means is the lien would go in, and then if you went to sell the house, it's a public record that you owe that money out of that house to that contractor. And so the title company is issuing insurance that you own your house free and clear. So they
Right.
have to make sure that there's no possibility of a mechanic's lien being filed because the contractor has like 90 or 6 months to file the lien after the work was complete. So if you do work in November and sell your house in January, they could come if you didn't pay for that work in February, March, April, or May
And that's the new owner.
and file the lien but the lien takes effect when it hits the public record. So if your deed as the new owner was filed before that lien was filed, you would be responsible for that. So that's why we get title insurance through the process, because if your realtor knew what they were doing, your title insurance company would take care of that for you. You wouldn't have to do anything if that situation presents itself. But the title company tries to mitigate their risk when
Absolutely.
they issue that insurance policy. So they ask the seller to sign an affidavit that says they haven't done any of that work. And if they have done it, then they require a specific lien waiver from that contractor showing that you've paid so that they don't
Yeah.
get a lien filed.
Talk about the one instance that we had where the contractor was the seller.
Yeah, that was an unusual one for sure. Now, this guy, I mean, he was a contractor by trade, professional
Right.
contractor, and he did the work on his own house. And and it was a lot of work. Like, it was pretty well rehabbed.
Addition,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. And so the title company required him to sign a lien waiver for himself, even though he didn't pay anything. Again, just waiving that right to file any sort of mechanics liens that he quote unquote didn't get paid for. So the company, because the argument was the company that he had was a separate entity from him personally. So one could use the legal system to potentially do that.
That
if
got
you were
really
really
tricky.
shady.
What was that? Yeah.
Yeah, because he owned a LLC or an entity, that entity could file a mechanics lien after the fact, saying that the entity never got paid for the work that they did on the address. So he could technically charge the new owners, if you will, by doing that, which he would have never done. And it was a ginormous nuisance.
I just remember. Yeah, it was.
We had to have a
And he was
special
ready
lien
to-
waiver written by the lawyers and blee, 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 blee. I was like, and he was over the edge about it. He was like, screw it. I'm not selling the house.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, now seriously, we don't need to be that dramatic about it. But yeah, have that conversation up front is the lesson of that story
Right.
with your sellers, because that can really throw a wrench in shit.
Yeah.
Because if you can't get clear title insurance as a buyer, that's a dead end contingency. Like, so we ain't closing.
Right.
That's what happened to me this
And
week.
now you know.
And now you know. PSA. Now you know what I know that you didn't know you didn't know. What is going on in real estate? It's Erin's turn next. Erin.
Headlines.
Erin's going to read us the headlines this week so we can both read it.
Yes, market-related headlines. Annie, we wanted something positive.
Hey.
So, first one, mortgage rates tumble to a 10-month low, dipping to near 6%. And a stunning reversal, mortgage rates fell significantly this week, providing the first real glimmer of hope for homebuyers in months.
Hey.
Glimmer of hope.
There you go. I mean, nobody has a crystal ball, right?
They do not.
Almost 6 for the week, but that's interesting because I was talking to somebody else today and they're like, buyer activity on their listings fell off, but it's also that time of year, I think, isn't it? We're right in that we're right in that week or two where if you put a contract down now, you either have a really fast close or a really long close because nobody wants to close around Thanksgiving. So
Yeah, I do have a different take on that though. I think there are some people who don't want to, and it's probably more of my generation, those of us that host the holidays. But I think first time home buyers or younger couples who aren't hosting the holidays yet, I don't think they care. Now, maybe Christmas, if you have little kids, you want to be in by, before Santa Claus comes, because how would Santa know where to go if you didn't have an address? So, but other than that, I think we stay pretty busy. But yeah, like I would not want to move at the holidays.
yeah, it doesn't bother me. But,
Right.
Okay.
well, that's good news.
Thank
It
you
is
for
good
giving
news.
us something positive.
You're welcome. Here's another one. Another positive. Homebuilder confidence ticks up on rate drop and strong earnings. Following the drop in mortgage rates, homebuilder sentiment saw a modest increase this week.
More good news.
I mean, if they're going to build more houses, that's always good news. I think that actually, when you go through all of it and go back through like the headlines week after week after week, I think that the mom and pop builders that went out of business in 2008, 2009,
They restructured. I think they all stayed.
I don't think they
No.
did. Like your
So many of them,
smaller,
yeah.
I think that some of the big builders, I think you saw a lot of restructuring. Some of the bigger builders that could withstand the financial crisis were buying up the littler companies that were going bankrupt
Yeah.
for pennies on the dollar. But what ended up happening is you now have like, at least in our market, in our area, there's like 4 big home builders.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like if your house is built by one of those 4 companies, almost inevitably, and the littler like mom and pop, they tend to build more affordable homes, smaller homes, starter homes. Like, because the 4 builders in our area, I mean, like
Definitely in St. Charles County.
definitely that right. That's what I mean by our area. They just build massive, expensive houses, and the average Joe cannot afford to buy a new house. Whereas, like, I feel like in 2006, 5 and 6, you could go buy a new 2-3 bedroom house for a reasonable amount of money. But the people that build those houses had slim margins, and they disappeared, and they never
Right.
came back.
Right.
But also a little bit, they never came back. Just my opinion, because of all the red tape that was put around the housing industry after that,
Yeah.
specifically financial crisis, Dodd-Frank. I mean, I can't remember the number right exactly, but it's somewhere in the 25 to 30% of the cost of building a home is just applying for permits.
Interesting.
It's crazy.
Yeah, we were selling new construction homes, 5 years ago. all day, every day in that, right at 200,000.
All right.
And it was a really nice, decent home. And I just did a contract for one, and it was, not in St. Charles County, it was out a little more rural. And, it's a very small ranch, pretty basic level upgrades. And it was like 275.
Yeah.
And that's about as inexpensive as you're going to get.
No, for sure.
So
That's a good deal. Oh, well, I'm glad the builders are having confidence. We need them to build. Build, baby, build.
that's right.
All right. Another positive.
Wow.
I know, we're on a roll. Office vacancy sees first national decline
Oh,
since 2019, and a major positive sign for the struggling commercial real estate sector. National office vacancy ticked down slightly in the third quarter.
that's not something we talk about very often, but it is definitely out there. Like I went down to Westport not too long ago. That whole area, freaking ghost town.
Well,
It's crazy.
so you're talking office, not retail.
right.
Yeah, I mean that's a whole nother topic too. That
Yeah.
retail vacancies,
Right.
but because I feel like when we were looking for a new office location, we were not finding that, having a ton of vacancies.
Well, that St. Charles County doesn't have those
True.
massive, but we did find them.
I know, but they were like old and
Which they always have been.
Yeah.
Like that's, but we did find I mean, the
We did find
bigger
some,
office
right,
buildings, we
yeah.
looked at 4 or 5 different ones. There's
really
just not
massively big.
there's just not a ton of those
Yeah.
in St. Charles County. Way more in St. Louis County along that 270-64 corridor there,
Yeah.
like Westport. But I was down there the other day and it was go straight. But that's good. That makes me really nervous, honestly, because those buildings are sitting empty right now because those companies all have, when you sign those bigger world headquarters and stuff, those are 10, 20-year leases.
Mm-hmm.
So like the fallout from the 2020 to 21 virtual work shift that happened because of COVID really isn't going to totally hit us until probably 27, 28,
Right.
29.
Agreed.
And so I'm interested to see
What will happen?
Yeah, a lot of those vacancies are vacant, but they're still leased. So there's still revenue on those buildings coming in. And I'm a little bit nervous what's going to happen to the owners of the buildings, which most are in a conglomerate on the stock
Nervous or
market.
curious?
Nervous because I think that the value is going to tank after the leases are dead, and they haven't been able to. But it's good news that the vacancy rate is ticking down. But that is the first time that's happened. What did it say since 2019? Right? I mean, like so it got it. Yeah, it makes me nervous. The value is going to fall out from underneath of all of those funds. I mean, and a lot of those big buildings are backing they're the hard asset that backs a lot of mutual funds and stuff like that. They mix all that together because commercial real estate is supposed to be a relatively safe investment.
Yeah. Could be a big opportunity for somebody.
It could be. I said that about the shopping malls too, and they're just knocking them suckers down. So
Yeah.
it's like my childhood is dying.
All right. So, industry related headlines. Zillow pulls Matterport 3D tours, blames new owner CoStar. The biggest industry shakeup this week is Zillow's announcement that it is removing Matterport's 3D tours from its listing. Zillow claims its agreement was not renewed by Matterport's new parent company, CoStar Group.
Well, of course it wasn't. CoStar is Zillow's biggest competitor.
Uh-huh.
That's funny. Which Zillow has been the Matterport. I mean, 3D. They have their own technology, though, Zillow does, in the 3D modeling industry. So, but that's interesting. Yeah. Makes sense. Should have seen that coming. I don't know why
Them
that's a
or
big
us?
headline. We should have seen that coming. Yeah.
All right. Compass and EXP launched new AI tools for agents. The prop tech arms race is heating up. Compass unveiled a new proprietary tool called Buyer Demand, which aggregates real-time search data from its platforms to help listing agents price properties and advise sellers.
That'll be powerful considering they're the largest brokerage now in in the world.
I was going to say, yeah,
They had gained access to a
Countries.
lot of data when they bought Anywhere, so
sure.
they're gonna conglomerate that. That'll be interesting though on that. One of the things that always makes me nervous when I see things like that is like AI, just AI in general, as far as technology goes. It doesn't, it thinks on its own, but you still have to give it the basics.
Mhm.
And that is,
Worrisome.
yeah, because if the person that's training or managing the AI doesn't set the parameters right, you can get really inaccurate information
Mhm.
really fast. So
Right.
it is fascinating because it works like the human brain does. Like when you really go down to it, which we could probably do a whole special feature
We
on
could.
AI, but like the way that it works is just it builds probabilities and it remembers those probabilities. So which is the same way our brain works. We see an instance of something over and over again, and then we cement it in a neural path in our brain, which is the same thing that the AI does, which I didn't know that's how it worked. I thought it just,
But we do have agents who now have decided that it is 100% the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And it's not. It also depends on how you ask the question,
But what's funny,
what prompts you gave.
What's funny
Yeah.
is it's the same thing when you're interacting with somebody else. Those same agents that have decided it's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth also believe there are people in the world that speak
Right.
the whole truth, all the truth, and nothing but the truth.
Right.
And they never question anything that comes out of
Right.
those people's mouths. And so it's interesting to me that,
Well, it's easy.
yeah,
Life is easy if you just have
let other people think
Uh-huh.
for you.
yeah,
Yeah.
and don't challenge it.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's interesting. We'll see how that works out for them. What was the EXP doing in that? They didn't say, it just is that their prop tech is between the two of them.
EXP Realty launched its new AI-powered assistant to help agents with marketing, lead generation, and administrative tasks.
Oh, old news.
I was going to say, I feel like everybody
months.
has that. That's just something to say.
Yeah, we've
We all
had
have
it
that,
for months
right.
now. In our one creative studio has AI in it. So, and then we started before corporate even did with Gemini
We
in
did.
Google Workspace. So,
Ha!
aha, you're a little behind the times headlines.
Yeah, catch up, EXP.
Anyways,
All right. This kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Road to Housing Act passes Senate and legislative news. The Revitalizing Outer Urban and Rural Areas Development, Road to Housing Act, passed the Senate this week with bipartisan support. The bill aims to increase the supply of affordable housing in suburban and rural areas by providing new grants and cutting red tape for developers.
well, thank God they're finally listening to Chad. What do you know?
I don't believe I've heard Chad say that.
Oh, I have said for years to just frickin' cut the tape and give the small mom and pop some grants. Now we'll see where those grants end up because you and I both know, and they're going to go to the people that have the most campaign donations because that's how it works. But
No, hopefully not.
that's
Hopefully there's
exciting.
some good programs out there.
I do wish they'd do something in the urban and suburban areas though to boost affordable,
Mhm. It is true.
development. I don't want, but then again, that would probably go over like a lead balloon because,
Why?
Well, I mean, that's what the projects are. When you go back in your
Oh,
through
well.
history, and it didn't exactly work out well for everybody, but this is better than nothing.
Yeah.
I don't want like government subsidized
No,
housing.
that's not how I was hearing that
I
at all. I was hearing
like
affordable
tax benefits for builders to
Yeah.
build the smaller homes,
Right.
and like if your
'Cause
home
that's
is
the
under a
problem.
certain amount of
Mhm.
square feet, then maybe you build it, or tax advantages. You know what I would actually love to see, and I know we talk about this a lot, but I would like to see some tax credits or benefits for
Condominiums?
condominium
Condos. We'll just call them condos.
condo complexes, because I feel like that's like they're building all these massive apartment complexes,
but
but
you
that's
can't
just
buy
making the
them.
corporations
Right.
rich. Like that does not make it doesn't build wealth for the average American and the American dream. So
Yeah. Out by my house, they're building all these townhouses, but they're only rentable.
right,
I could sell those all day
right,
out there because they don't exist out in Lincoln County,
no,
but They're keeping them.
What the floop?
What the floop?
So I don't know. Halloween's coming up. So
What is?
Halloween?
I did. Did you hear her say Halloween? I
I
heard her say Collins.
Halloween. It's what I heard. Halloween.
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 Halloween. Oh shoot! Did my country accent come
Wine.
out? Did it come out a little bit right there? So I found something spooky.
Ooh.
All right, I'm trying to
Chad and I are spooked really easily. Just be prepared.
Really? Okay.
Chad,
I was
more
going to
than
say
me.
something, but I don't want to digress. But
Okay.
Okay. So this was a story. This was a true story. And the seller set up a fake crime scene because he no longer wanted to sell his house.
What?
Genius.
So
What?
this was, I'll read kind of like a synopsis of the story. Firstly, the door was half open and it smelled hideous. All the lights were switched off, so I tripped as soon as I entered the house. When I fell, I saw a severed head right in front of me. Despite the dark, he was able to make out blood splatter on the walls and even bodies. You know, the guy got sick. He called the police. And good real estate agents had them on speed dial, who showed up only to inform him that it was a fake crime scene. The bodies were mutilated mannequins, and the blood was probably from Party City.
Okay, so wait a minute. Who found this fake crime scene?
A real estate agent was showing the house. And as soon as he walked in,
So
I
here's
mean,
where.
no.
From
I
the
don't even know what
logical-
I would do.
Listen, from the logical standpoint, if you're a seller who no longer wants to sell your house and you're not under contract, don't sell your house. This was all not even necessary. Now,
Good point.
if you're a seller and you're under contract and you have no outs, and maybe they're showing up for inspections,
Oh, then we're okay
crime
with
scene
it.
away.
the selling
Oh my
agent,
God.
the listing agent, did say they could have just told me they didn't want to sell instead
Right.
of enacting a fake crime scene was completely unnecessary.
Oh, I just want to do it now for fun.
Could you imagine what I would do if I walked up to that? What would I do?
You startle so easy.
I know.
I
You
don't know.
think I would
You would jump and scream and run, and probably push me out of the way to get to safety. No, you're pretty good under pressure. You
Oh,
probably.
yeah, I was gonna say like if it looked real enough, I don't know that I would like.
It still makes no sense though
probably
why
would
you
jump.
would do that. But
Because you're a lunatic.
now, if you were, see, but I'm going to all the other reasons why you might do it. If you were a renter, this is why I always tell people like get your renter out before you sell the house. Because if you're the renter and your landlord's selling and they're bringing people in, that would be so fun. To stage stuff.
That would be terrible.
Oh, it would be hilarious.
I mean, like if you're renting though, like let's instill some calm into that, because if you're a tenant listening to this and your house is for sale, your lease survives the sale. So as long as you have a lease, then at least you know you have that much time left. Just for those of us that are worriers.
We sold the house this year, and the tenant was still in it. It was an investor, an out-of-state investor selling a whole portfolio. And I go to meet with the tenant, and I was like, "Oh, he has got to go before you sell it, or you just need to hold on." Because when I walked in, he's like, "Let me show you everything that's wrong." I mean, they won't fix this. And yeah, he was showing me everything, and I was like, "Yeah, you're not selling this house as long as he lives here."
No, but I love that story because of the ending of that story.
Yeah, so guess who we sold that house to? Him. I said, "You know what? You should buy this house.
Yes.
I can help you do that."
He maintains it and he fixed all of the shit
Oh.
and he's happy as a lark. Didn't think he could buy a house.
Did not think he could buy a house in his 60s. Been living in that house his whole 30 years.
Right.
He's been the tenant for 30 years.
Through like 2 or 3 other landlords, I feel like he said.
So we got him with a lender. He got approved and he bought the house.
Was definitely a
And
cobblestone.
he's
path.
like, "I don't need to do inspections. I already know what's wrong." I'm like, "Okay, well, what do you want to ask for? We probably should still do those inspections."
That is a good story. That is absolutely crazy. Why would you go through? Why do people make things so difficult for
Because
themselves?
they don't. Because nobody told them, if you don't want to sell your house, don't sell your house.
Oh, I had to have that conversation with Mikey yesterday, though, too. He'll be out there at our house. We're getting ready to list putting dead bodies in
Oh, no,
the
he wants to
yard.
sell that house. Oh, he doesn't want to sell
Oh,
it.
he doesn't emotionally want to sell
Now,
it.
that
No.
could be if one spouse wants to sell and one spouse doesn't. I guess you could.
That's true. We had a listing not too long ago where the spouse that didn't want to sell the house flooded the basement just to stop the sale. She drained the pool.
Oh, I was like, I don't remember this. Yeah.
Drained the pool into the basement. Like, that bitch is crazy.
That needs a sound effect. Wah, wah, wah.
I know we're going to get Erin. We're going to get the board moved over to Erin next week. So then she can give us our sound effects. But
And I can stop sitting on the floor.
that's an absolute that's a little what the hell.
That's
What
a
the
good
floop.
one. Good
What
job.
the floop.
Good job for your first episode. Yay, Erin.
I don't know which one it is.
Blue. Oh, you did know because that was not blue. She's like all blushing.
I know. Well, this has been fun.
Good job.
See you next week.
All right.
All right, that's a wrap on another week of chaos closings and questionable decisions.
If this episode made you laugh, think, or text your real estate bestie like, girl, this is us, do us a favor.
Hit that subscribe button, leave a quick review, follow us on socials, or send us your own unhinged real estate stories. Seriously, we want to share them.
And hey, don't just survive this week. Get out there and build your business.
You've got everything it takes.
We'll be back next week with more chaos and more clarity.
Until then,
Keep waking up to win.